We're live from Houston, where the crowd is on their feet. This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. A battle in the Western Conference, this Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Kevin, well, the Rockets' bona fides as a contending team are real. Now, James Harden says we're as real as it can get. I've never been this confident. We have depth that at any moment can impact the game. Strong words, Kevin.
Credit their front office for assembling the pieces. Thanks, David. And the regular season officially begins. Most rookies around the league, Clark, will have their eyes wide open. I mean, wow, what an eye-opening experience to play with this speed, this talent. How nervous were you going back to that time in your life? How nervous were you on opening night?
Very nervous, really excited, but there were some butterflies that I had to work really hard at trying to get them to fly in formation because they were all over the place, Kevin. But ultimately, once you get out there and you break that first sweat or you get that first hit or bucket, then it simply becomes basketball. But prior to that pregame meal, your nap before the game, the butterflies are doing their own thing.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Anthony Davis is out there with Okafor, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Now Moore, following the three-point attempt by Nikola Mirotic. Moore against Harden. Outside Holiday. 5 on the clock. Over Paul. Here's Mirotic. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Harden's shot is good.
And Harden is a laser, a straight-out gunner from deep. Has confidence in his long ball, and, you know, the defense has to get out on him from out there.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Back to Mirotic. And the 3 off target.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
To the inside, Harden. That one misses. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And it's blocked by Mirotic. Davis dishes to Okafor. Outside Holiday. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Anthony with the bucket.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Mirotic, the screen. Off the screen.
And, you know, it's awesome to see Harden giving his all on defense. That's been an area that he's needed to improve on. Really making an effort to stay with his guy.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, you stop the sure thing, slam dunk with that foul. And I think you send a bit of a message, too, about your physicality and force in the basket area.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Okafor's strength is his defensive presence. I mean, this guy rebounds the ball solidly, and Knows how to block shots, too.
Both free throws good for Okafor. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Anthony sets the pick for Harden. Pass to Anthony. Moore with the steal. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Mirotic. Here's Holiday. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
That's good from Holiday.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
Knights checked in for Chris Paul. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and three-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same three-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition.
And here is Okafor. Brandon Knight getting it to go from deep. Here's Mirotic. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Inside. No good from Moore. Houston in the lead. Here's Capella. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You must make that one. Even with the defense present, these are shots you have to finish.
And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's his first foul.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Rockets on defense. It's stolen by Capella.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
Here's Chris. That one, no good. Great D that time from Davis. Here's Mirotic. Drills the three-pointer. Mirotic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Knight passes to Carmelo. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
And Davis throws it down.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Moore against Harden. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Puts it up from 17. Here's Okafor. Makes it off the glass.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Well, you know, one of the things about Mike D'Antoni is that he's an excellent offensive mind, but he gives his players so much confidence. His defensive reputation is not as strong, but with the Rockets last season, they actually were a lockdown team at times. D'Antoni answering those critics about not being a defensive-minded coach.
Now here's Knight. Pass to Capella. Now Chris. The pass to Carmelo. Shoots over Mirotic. Mirotic against Anthony. And another shot. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Okafor's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Pelicans shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
That's good from Moore. No good on the 2nd free throw. Rockets trail by 4. Harden dishes to Capella. Pass to Chris from deep. And it's Anthony again missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Poked loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. Clint Capella on top.
He didn't miss many easy chances last year, and he made the most of the tough ones as well. What a fantastic percentage.
A 3 off the inbound.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And here comes the break. Chris pass to Capella. And Clint Capella with a big pay raise this season.
Well, you forget just how young he is. I mean, this guy is just starting his career. His rookie contract concluded last season, and the Rockets willing to pay whatever they needed to keep him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that.
Well, at the start of the summer, many expected a busy market for Capella in free agency. Eventually, though, signing a 4-year deal to remain with the Rockets. I feel like it's a great deal for Houston as Capella gives them the perfect inside presence to complement Harden and Paul.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in.
Clint Capella is a guy who's a defensive anchor and takes quality shots, and because of that, he plays his role to perfection.
Payton's shot is off. Rockets trail by 4. To the middle. And stolen by Mirotic. There's the feed to Randall. To the inside. Stolen by Harden. And it's Houston on the break. They need this one. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Julius Randle picks one up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. We know star power is critical, Clark, but when you look at the great bench players, what distinguishes them in your estimation?
A couple of things, Kevin, when you talk about outstanding role players. One is not only do they accept their role, they embrace it. They thrive in it. They really relish it. It could be impacting the game defensively or impacting it with energy and offensive rebounding. Sometimes it's a designated scorer who comes off the bench to just inject offense. Lou Williams as a 6th man.
Sure.
Vinnie Johnson when he was with the Pistons. I mean, there are a number of guys. John Havlicek, his great Hall of Fame career was pretty much started as a 6th man. So Kevin McHale and so forth. You can go down the list, but they impact the outcome with some aspect or aspects of their game, which is awesome to see.
First one falls for him. And Jahlil Okafor, the third overall pick back in 2015, has had his ups and downs to the start of his career. But, you know, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly. And now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
Now here's Gordon. Nene with the screen on Payton. Here's Knight. Here's Nene. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Randall down low, guarded by Tucker. Off with the layup. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Payton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Randall with a screen for Payton. Randall against Knight. Randall no good. Rockets trail by 3. Green left side. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his first foul. The Rockets making a switch here. Ennis is checked in.
Checking in for Rockets, James Ennis.
Now here's Tucker. Nene with the screen on Randall. Pass to Ennis. Just 5 to shoot. Nene setting the pick for Ennis. He nails it, and we're tied up. Ennis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
That shot was made possible by the work of Nene setting the screen.
Picked by Randall. Here's Holiday. Okafor trying to get open. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, these teams evenly matched, Greg, trading hits and refusing to give up any advantage.
For 3, Gordon. It's rebounded by New Orleans. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
For New Orleans, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
The first free throw is good.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
James Harden. He's checked in for the Rockets. So he gets them both. And the Rockets with possession here, trailing by 4. Now here's Tucker, guarded closely. Lobbed up there for Green, stolen by Holiday. Now here's Randall, guarded by Tucker, and again, no good by New Orleans. The Rockets shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Nene and Okafor with the block.
You've got to be cautious when Okafor's in the area. I mean, he's a giant. Not only is he big, but he's long. And that helps him block shots because of his good timing, too.
Clark, you were drafted 8th overall by the Indiana Pacers. Do you have any indication that you were going to be their pick in particular, that you were going to go in that slot? Was there any kind of inkling at all?
No, I only visited with teams drafting 4 through 7. Talked to the Chicago Bulls, the Dallas Mavericks, and I read some of the reports about where I was projected. But you know what? Once you get past the first or second, sometimes the top 3 picks in a draft, you really don't know who's going where after that. So I was fortunate. I landed in a good spot.
Right.
And Indianapolis was a good place for me and Rosie to be as I started my NBA career.
It sure was. And the Pelicans making a change here. Hill's checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And they need every point they can muster right now. They've got to cash in here.
And Tucker kicks to Green. To the wing right side. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. It's deflected.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of steals in the first half, really getting after it defensively.
The Rockets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
At the line for your Rockets, Joe Green. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Green. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter of the game. Payton kicks to Holiday. There's a screen. Out to the right wing. Okafor with a screen on Hart. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Rockets trail by 4. 1:03 left here in the opening quarter. Green, the screen. Rebound by Drew Holiday.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Now, here's Tucker. Harden missing his last shot. Tucker can't get it to go.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here is Harden. 5 to shoot. The Rockets with another miss. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return shortly. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I would say that's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Nene is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Ennis in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. New Orleans leading by 6. Hill has the open look. Misses off the right iron.
Can't get more open than that. No idea how he mistimed that mid-range shot. Maybe he was too open.
Wasted no time on that one. Tucker's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Rockets. Payton passes to Holiday. Okafor sets the pick for Holiday. Back to Payton. Okafor with the screen on Paul. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. Can't get the layup.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Now, here is Harden. Nene with the screen on Holiday. It's Harden with the drive. Nene trying to get open. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Harden.
And one of the things about Harden is he is incredible at scoring despite getting hit. I mean, astonishing to me how he maintains his focus on these shots.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Houston's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Paul for 3. Great D that time from Payton. Pelicans leading by 3.
You know, when Chris Paul came to the Rockets, a lot of people questioned if he and James Harden would be able to share the ball. Both known for being ball-dominant guards. I think you'd have to say it's worked out pretty well.
Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Chris comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Carmelo Anthony has subbed in for Ennis. And then for New Orleans, Anthony Davis comes in for Darius Miller. And it's Ejuan Moore checking in for Drew Holiday. Capella sets a screen for Anthony. From deep Harden, the Rockets again can't hit. And I think Chris Paul never comfortable with that ball-dominant label, Greg. He never played with another guard who could create, certainly on the level of Harden.
No doubt about it. I mean, Mo Peake, J.J. Redick, guys who were great shooters, but really more off-the-ball players. Chris needed to be that kind of a playmaker, but with Harden, he has someone just as gifted at creating baskets for himself and others.
Here's Moore. The dish now to Payton. Off target from three-point range.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Back to Chris. And Chris throws it down.
And once Chris gets the position he wants, he is throwing it down with a vengeance.
There's the pick. Payton kicks to Davis. Over Chris. And again, New Orleans has no up.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Ball against Payton. Floats it up for Davis. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ball outside. Off target from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Moore kicks to Payton. Okafor with the screen on Paul. Picked by Okafor. Left side Davis. Hands it from downtown. Davis has got 7 points in the game.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
Paul passes to Capella. Anthony on the wing. And that one hits back iron. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Pick by Okafor. Here's Payton down low. And it's Okafor. That time on the assist from Payton. Now it's a 4-point New Orleans lead. For Houston, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Anthony with the screen on Payton. Down low. Looking to end his cold spell. Another shot. Harden trying to get open. Payton with some nice D.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. At the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. 5th on the list, Anthony Davis.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Free throw drops for Hill. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Houston. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Randall's checked in. And he makes both free throws. Rockets trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Anthony, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Anthony's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Payton. Paul with the defensive effort.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Anthony against Hill. There's a screen by Chris. Capella kicks to Anthony. And some nice passing there by Houston. And Chris throws it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Payton's shot is off. Rockets trail by 4. Top of the key. No good off the front iron. Davis with it. Working on Chris. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Green's checked in for Chris. Mirotic is checked in for New Orleans. Randall outside. And that one goes long. Houston's gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Paul passes to Anthony. Back to Paul from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Paul's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He's so aggressive offensively. I like his assertiveness. CP3 not taking 1 second extra to pull the trigger once he gets to.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
And it all had to be, Kevin, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
Offensive rebound. Gordon. The shot by Paul, no good. Pelicans leading by 3. Pulls from the top of the key. And it's Davis missing.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Now it's a 5-point New Orleans lead. And here is Paul. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You know, it's funny, guys. I'm still not sure that Chris Paul gets enough credit for just how special he is as a player. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, very few players in league history have been able to impact the game at both ends of the floor at his elite level.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Paul. And you look at Chris Paul's numbers, they stack up to any point guard that's ever played the game. Clark, what do you think is the most underrated part of Chris Paul's game?
Well, I would think it would be his defense and his perimeter shooting. I don't think he gets the credit for being the perimeter shooter he is, but defense would stand out to me.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Emeka Okafor is checked in for Davis, and it's Holiday in for Payton.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And here we can check out the story on Julius Randle. Good season for him last year. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 8 rebounds and 2 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Here's Holiday. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Anthony. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Emeka Okafor. The Rockets have made 5 of 10 free throw attempts, a lot of misses.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Capella.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Houston making a switch here. Nene's checked in. That one is no good. New Orleans in the lead. Moore passes to Randle.
You know, Julius Randle is a young power forward, a little undersized for that position, but fairly dependable. Good movement when he gets to the basket, and he knows how to finish inside. Surprised his rookie option wasn't picked up, but he made the best of it in free agency.
First one falls for him.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free, and they've done exactly that, made them pay.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And, you know, he was a high pick in 2014. Randle played just 14 minutes as a rookie. Broke his tibia. But since then, he's bounced back nicely.
New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And for Randle, a free agent this past summer, it seems he never felt truly wanted by the team that drafted him.
Well, you know, he's dealt with injuries early in his career and a lot of trade rumors, which can affect a young player in a negative way. I think he's still shown solid improvement in his first handful of years in the league. And again, you've got to recall and remember how young some of these guys are. Even when they've been in the league 4, 5, 6 years, some of these guys are like 22, 23 years old. And that's still not enough time for them to fully mature as players.
Mirotic misses off the left iron. Rockets trail by 4. Here's Gordon. Second shot opportunity, and Green with the lay-in. Green's got 6.
Boy, I like seeing that toughness on the offensive glass. Did a nice job judging, anticipating where the miss was going, and then putting it back in. Nicely done.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. And New Orleans also making a change. Miller's checked in for Ejuan Moore. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the second quarter. Holiday, the putback, and the rebound goes to Nene. Houston's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. A nice shot by Tucker.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
Now here is Holiday. 10 points for him. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Holiday's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Paul with the three. Good on the triple. He's got 8.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Green against Mirotic, and looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you'd like to out there.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. For 3, and another 3 for Houston.
You know, one of the things that you notice about Chris Paul, Kevin, is that he uses screens exceedingly well.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. From 13, and it's Emeka Okafor with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Rockets ahead. They finish off the second quarter on a 15-6 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are leading by 4. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Reminds me of me at the free throw line. They had a rough half of shooting, under 35%. Some of that was great defense, but a lot of it was poor shot selection. They've got to revise the game plan, get guys open for higher quality looks. And the shooters need to go out and execute. Man, come on.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Pelicans trail by 4. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore the guards. Anthony Davis is out there with Mirotic, and it's Okafor in at the center position. Nice job coming off that screen. 9 points for Nikola Mirotic.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Here's Anthony, and the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Okafor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's Moore outside. And again, New Orleans with the triple. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Ball kicks to Anthony. Second chance shot, and the layup is good. Anthony's got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Outside Mirotic. He can't get that one. And it's Houston the other way. Down low. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony and his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
Outside Mirotic. Loads it up for Davis. And stolen by Chris. It's stolen by Davis. Okafor, high post. Capella's there. And it's Okafor missing. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Chris. And the layup's good off the glass. Chris has got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of the last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Okafor. No good from Moore. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Well, I tell you, it's a treat watching Harden play. I mean, he's so fluid in his shooting form, but he's also sensational driving inside and a capable passer as well. This guy's got it all.
First one falls for him.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
Both shots good from the stripe. And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
Now the Rockets with it. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. That bucket in no time at all. Anthony's got 6 here in this quarter.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Carmelo Anthony, one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Rockets.
And this is a high-powered offense today. Clicking on all cylinders, making things happen, and also good use of the 3-ball. Just enough to keep the defense off balance.
It's deflected. Paul with the steal. Capella the pass to Paul. Screen by Capella. A 3-ball. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Harden. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead. And when you think about Melo's scoring back to the basket, facing up, so versatile as a scorer.
A combination of strength, quickness, and touch that you rarely see. He can go around you, through you, or shoot it right over you. Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Holiday. Coming off a terrific season, 16th in assists, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long. Now here is Holiday. He's got 12. He feeds it to Mirotic over Anthony. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Mirotic.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination. This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
The 17-footer. Yep, that one goes in there. Anthony's got 19 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Right side Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
Ennis, he's checked in for Capella. The Pelicans also changing it up. Okafor's checked in for Okafor. Solomon Hill comes in for Mirotic. And it's Payton in for Drew Holiday. Throw good, Davis.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Moore kicks to Okafor. Back to Moore. Pick by Okafor. Moore passes to Hill. Now Davis. 6 to shoot. Over Ennis. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Davis.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 19. As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
And the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Both free throws good from Anthony. Pelicans trail by 8. Payton kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Hill. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Davis with it. Now Anthony defending. And it's Davis missing.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him. But credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
The first free throw is good.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
Nene, he's checked in for Marquise Chris. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
They set the pick. Gordon, the pass to Carmelo. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. No good from Moore.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Hill kicks to Okafor. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team. In third, the Pelicans.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. And then for New Orleans, Julius Randle's checked in for Okafor, and Miller's subbed in for Hill.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Passes it to Paul. Over Peyton, and Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 13.
Just dial up automatic when you talk about Chris Paul's mid-range J. All he needs is just enough room.
Back to Moore. Stolen by Harden. And it's the Rockets on the break. And slam dunk by Nene.
Well executed. And then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition their part.
Here's Harden. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
I had a chance to check out some stats for Chris Paul. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 18 points a game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
That free throw missing.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Green, he's checked in for Chris Paul. Good on the second free throw. Pelicans trail by 11. Peyton passes to Davis. There's a screen. To the middle. It's stolen by Green. Here's the break. Here's Nene. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Muscle Nene brings on both ends. Man, he knows how to use it too. A guy you don't want to fool around with at all.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
Free throw good, Nene. And so Nene nails both of them. Pelicans trail by 13. Payton outside. To the inside. Davis. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm. High percentage quality shots and really getting whatever he wants.
We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change club.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
Now here's Payton. They set the pick to the paint, trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Here is Harden following the basket by Anthony Davis. Here's Randall. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Harden's got his 6th rebound on the night. Inside. Green, no luck. Pelicans trail by 11. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Mirotic.
And as this chart shows, things just aren't falling for him like they usually do. He isn't ice cold, but nothing is falling his way, and he's become an inefficient source of points for his team.
And he knocks down the first one. Houston making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. He's off on the second. Houston leading by 10. Harden has a wide open look. Drops in the tray. Harden's got 11 points.
Now you got to remember that Harden has a quick trigger, staple gun quick. This guy is looking to score as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 21. Gordon. The pass to Harden. Nene outside. Houston moving it around. That one falls. Gordon's got the lead up to 13 now for Houston.
Nice to see Gordon use his touchdown low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Drew Holiday is checked in for more.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. He's coming off an excellent season. First in blocks, second in scoring, and one of the league's most ferocious rebounders, always working. He was top 5 in that category.
Clearly one of the best at what he does. Some of his highlight rejections were out of sight. Now here's Randall. Payton outside. Inside and finished off by Davis.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
It's stolen by Green. One-on-one fast break. The wide open look here for Anthony. It's good from about 19 feet. Anthony's got 15 points here in the second half. Pelicans trail by 13. Payton outside. Kicks to Davis. Miller with a wide open look.
Pelicans foul. Anthony Davis.
Mirotic is checked in for New Orleans.
Checking in for the Pelicans. Nikola Mirotic.
Payton against Harden. Pass to Anthony, and Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
At the line for your Rockets, Carmelo Anthony. Taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
It's tipped. Stolen by Gordon. Tries it from the top of the key. That one wide left. Pelicans trail by 14. Here's Randall. A shot missing. Great D that time from Green.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it. Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. And New Orleans also making a change. Okafor's checked in. Payton kicks to Randall. Over Anthony. And it's off the back rim, no good.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
New Orleans gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Mirotic passes to Payton. Here's Holiday, and it's blocked by Gordon. From deep three-point range, no good on that last second attempt there. Carmelo Anthony getting it done for Houston. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Houston. At the 4, it's Melo with Capella playing in the middle. Gordon is at the 2 with Green playing the 3. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. Anthony. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Now here is Holiday. Okafor with a screen on Gordon. The rebound by Harden. Harden's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Capella kicks to Gordon. Pass to Harden. Anthony with the screen on Payton. Here's Anthony. Pelicans pull it in. Okafor's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Moment here now for an injury report.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Pelicans. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Yeah, I'm with you there, guys. One thing we know is that he's not going to let it get him down. I mean, it'll only motivate him to work harder to get back as soon as possible.
And Alfred Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, one of the things that jumps out at you immediately when you look at Payton is his size. I mean, he's a 6'4" point guard who knows how to use his body and skill set to his advantage.
Marquise Chris, he's checked in for the Rockets. Chris Paul comes in for James Harden. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And the 6'4", 485-pound Payton certainly has a unique skill set. Also wants to keep improving as a leader.
Shooting for Houston, Chris Paul. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Chris Paul, very much one of the best and most talented point guards in the league. A really poised floor leader who always is talking and is really an excellent leader, too.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for New Orleans. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Pelicans trail by 17. Holiday left side. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Capella.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. Mirotic's shot is off.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Here's Anthony. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
2 shots, gentlemen.
That's his first personal foul. 2. At the line for your Rockets, Carmelo Anthony. Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Anthony. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
Right side, Holiday. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Saturday, they'll start out on the road and play the Lakers in Los Angeles. Then on Sunday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for the matchup with the Jazz, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
That one may be a little beyond his comfort zone, but he made it count.
And you know, Holiday has a gorgeous touch from outside. He's a deadly shooter, an absolute laser when you give him space to fire.
Gordon, the pass to Paul. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Randall. Back to Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. And another 3 for New Orleans. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Paul kicks to Anthony. Passes it to Capella. Now here's Paul. Lets the 3 fly. The shot will not fall. Excellent D there from Holiday. Got a piece of it. And it's the Rockets on the break. Paul's running, so the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, when Gordon is healthy, he's extremely effective. I mean, he's a high-motor player who strokes it well from deep. Actually, he strokes it well from everywhere.
Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
That free throw missing. And Gordon also the winner of the 2017 three-point shootout. His long-range proficiency a great fit on the Rockets.
You know, he's got that low set shot release, but, man, he gets it off with great volume and one of the more prolific three-point shooters in our league.
And the second free throw, good. Pelicans trail by 17. Outside Holiday. More in the corner. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
Randall passes to Holiday. And taken away by Paul. To the inside. It's stolen by Randall. He kicks it to Okafor. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's his third personal foul. Emeka Okafor taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Emeka Okafor. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Good work there as it goes.
You know, this is why they trust Paul to run the offense. I mean, he's so good at getting the ball to guys on time and on target.
Here's Holiday. Makes it off the glass. Holiday's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, I think he's been a steady, reliable option so far, but it's not enough. They need him to take charge, be more assertive on the offensive end.
Now here's Gordon. Back to Paul. Outside Gordon. Dishes to Paul. And Okafor with the block. Moore outside. Over to the wing. That's good from Holiday on the assist from Moore. That's now 22 points for Drew Holiday.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of force.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Now here is Holiday. There's the pass to Okafor. Holiday, a screen on Capella. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Handle no good. Houston leading by 16. Capella, high post. He's against Okafor. Pelicans with the rebound. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for him. Mirotic, that one drops for him. And so it's Houston with it. Paul with the ball. Over Holiday. Second chance shot. The rebound by Okafor. Okafor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And now here's Chris. Rebounded by Moore. Holiday against Paul. 13 feet away. That one a little long.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter. Not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Outside Holiday. To the middle. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Moore.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Timeout called. The Rockets.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And a lot of his points have come from beyond the arc. And that's been big because it's opened the floor for himself and his teammates. And without his work from downtown, their offense would have really struggled.
These fans love him, and tonight he's given them plenty to cheer about. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Moore dishes to Holiday. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Houston leading by 9. Pass to Anthony. Lets it go from the wing. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists in the game.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Now here's Moore. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Houston's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Paul kicks to Anthony. Back to Paul, to the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. To the paint. Here's Okafor. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Capella. Baseline J on the way. Harden's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 11. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul.
Well, one more and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last disqualifying foul.
Now here is Davis. And they double up Davis. Back to Holiday. Good work defensively by Capella. Rockets leading by 11. Here's Chris. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. New Orleans gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Holiday against Paul. Holiday the pass to Davis. Over Chris. And it's Davis missing. And for Houston, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. And the basket by Harden.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
And Davis can't get it to go. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assistant.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. The guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
That free throw good from Anthony. That one is no good. Pelicans trail by 14. And Mirotic kicks to Davis. Holiday against Paul. Davis sets a screen. Stolen by Harden. Chris pass to Paul. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And guys, at this point, just a side note, they've got this one sewn up. He's probably headed to the bench one way or the other. And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And it's Houston's ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Green with a screen for Knight. It's rebounded by New Orleans. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And it's Okafor off the drive.
I tell you, when it comes to low post scoring, Okafor is a legitimate beast inside. A player with a lot of upside.
At the line for 2.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Okafor. And so he makes both from the line. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out. Here's Knight. So we see Houston taking the W here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.